It's one thing to embrace the hype as far as in this particular situation when it comes to sports, hoping for the very best when it comes to your particular team. Embracing the hype, it's one thing for that to happen to then see that hype translate into equal productivity onto the football field. And I know it's preseason, but hey, bro, I'm at the point now which may come as a shock. I have no idea considering how easily I get annoyed with this team. But I'm at the point now where I feel like we're on the precipice of something great as Vikings fans. That we're going to look back on this era. And this is going to be, I think, bigger than a 1 year sugar rush adrenaline high of Brett Favre in 2009, Case Keenum in 2017. This is going to be a sustained, long-term, successful era that we look back on as Vikings fans and say, hey, bro, that was a wild ride, huh? And I'm honestly at the point now where the 2022 draft class is going to forever live in infamy, but whenever it gets brought up, and mind you, this is from the same regime, whenever it gets brought up, I'm at the point now where it's like, yeah, it's something that happened. It sucked, but look at where we're at right now. 2023, you drafted Jordan Addison. He is, as a football player, he could be a wide receiver one for damn near any other team in the league. You also drafted Mekhi Blackman, who's out for the year, but he's going to be back in full force in 2025. Okay, fine. Then in 2024, aside from the great signings you made, particularly at linebacker, both inside and outside, you look at the draft in 2024. Again, the same regime that dropped a massive deuce in 2022, you drafted your franchise quarterback, your Danielle Hunter replacement. You drafted Kyrie Jackson. I hate that he's no longer here with us, but he had a lot of promise. You drafted a kicker who hopefully will solve all your problems, historically speaking, when it comes to that position with this franchise. And your 7th round pick in Levi Drake Rodriguez makes an argument, I would say, to be in the conversation, to be a starter on the interior defensive line. But it doesn't stop there. It also stretches to undrafted free agency, because last year we talked about the draft, but also signing in undrafted free agency Ivan Pace Jr., who is a starter. He's a hell of a football player. But you've got two players this undrafted free agency in Bo Richter and Gabriel Murphy that are going to be solid contributors on the defensive side of the ball, along with Ivan Pace Jr., your guy from last year. Bo Richter, I talked about him yesterday. Going over his stats and how he was an absolute force. But I want to expand on that just a little bit if I can. Maybe it's the arm brace he wore. I'm not sure. But the energy that he gave off making plays, it's like, oh, this is a new level of energy with this defense that I have not seen since maybe Jared Allen. I'm not comparing Bo Richter's play style to Jared Allen, but I'm saying the vibes, the energy, the fact that the plays that he made yesterday against the Raiders and the aura that he let off naturally, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, you're dealing with big bro now. That's Bo Richter. That's oh my God. That Danielle Hunter is a great player. Make no mistake about it. He never gave off energy like that, where you saw the rest of the team rally, the rest of that side of the ball, rally around him and say, hey, bro, you made a great play. He's like, hey, I show up and I punch my time in. I do my job and I go home, and I'm damn good at it. Bo Richter showed up like, my God, J.J. Watt, and had everybody fired up. That's a player that you can say, okay, we can look forward to in the future. Everything, whatever happens in 2024, I don't even give a damn about. I think this is going to be a good team, but I think this is going to be eventually a great team, 2025 and beyond. Bo Richter, I mean, I compared him to Trey Hendrickson when I first learned about him when he was with the Saints. He's with the Bengals now, but that motor, that's something you can't teach. And Brian Flores is going to appreciate that a lot, I'm sure. Levi Drake Rodriguez, I think he's going to be a starter for this defense on the interior defensive line. You need some sort of disruptor at some point. We talk about how you have to address D tackle in the draft next year. We also have to consider not just because you have to do it, but also Harrison Phillips is going to be a free agent next offseason. Are you sure you're going to re-sign him? That's something you're going to have to address. But my God, on the defensive side of the ball, I cannot wait to see, I swear to goodness, Levi Drake Rodriguez as a starter and Bo Richter as a rotational piece at edge rusher after Jonathan Grenard and after Dallas Turner and after Andrew Van Ginkel and after Gabriel Murphy. No matter where he fits in, he belongs on this roster, Bo Richter. That was insane. But obviously, the main talking point for the Vikings right now, nationally speaking, is J.J. McCarthy. And to expound on what I said last night as far as his ability to bounce back mentally, that's a veteran type of move right there. And especially shown by a rookie. You threw an interception and you still bounced back and was super aggressive in both of your touchdown passes. Big plays. That, to go a bit deeper in that, just the way that the game was so fluid and natural for him that there wasn't any sort of figuring out period for him, I believe. Even after that interception, I think he saw that and said, all right, I made a mistake. Jim Harbaugh is an ass. And I mean that as a compliment. Like, he's going to be on your ass as far you need to make these plays. Those mistakes that you made, eliminate that. Take it out the memory bank. And I think after going through years of that with him at Michigan, made him pro-ready right now. Mature beyond his years. Just how natural and fluid that he looked, that for a rookie quarterback to look like that, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, this goes back to an earlier point I made a couple of days ago as far as if anyone's definitely deserving of an extension between Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, it's Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. Because, and beyond the players drafted, undrafted free agents that I just mentioned, beyond that, the extensions done of Justin Jefferson and Christian Darrisaw, and I guess particularly as it relates to Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver market. Hey, do you see the drama happening over there in Santa Clara with the Niners and with the Dallas Cowboys? With the Niners, Brandon Ayuk, they re-engaged in contract talks to re-sign him after they couldn't find a trade partner and with the Dallas Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb, and everyone's freaking out about those two players. Meanwhile, the Vikings signed the best receiver in the league. There's nothing to talk about. You may accuse me of being drunk off of optimism. I don't know. I think we are on the precipice of something great. This is going to be an era that we look back on and say, that was fun. This wasn't a 1-year deal where it was exciting and it was a sugar rush and it's suddenly over. You have to reshuffle the deck of cards and whatever you get dealt, that's fine. This is a situation where the Vikings, this is going to be something wonderful. I'm so excited for this team. Whatever you do in 2024, it's house money. 2025 and beyond, we're going to be talked about. I think for those that, and rightfully so, complain that the national media, FS1, ESPN, they don't give us our fair credit as far as the sustainability of at least being relevant in the league. I think we're going to get that this time around. I mean, J.J. McCarthy, and that's the big piece, the big domino in all of this, just how effortlessly he made those plays yesterday against the Raiders. That's crazy. Now imagine him with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. I think this is going to be chef's kiss. You got it. Great era in Vikings football history, and I'm here for it.